Hello and welcome to this week's The Story of a Poor Boy. We come to you straight after Liverpool have just beaten Newcastle 3-1. I'm Mikey.
I'm Matt.
And on a day where we celebrate independence, and
today we celebrate
our Independence
Day.
Yeah, we celebrate something that Liverpool has that a lot of teams don't have, which is a fan culture and how different we are and how unified we all are. Liverpool was shy for the first 25 minutes of it.
They really fucking were. It was horrible to watch. The atmosphere was weird as well. I think it's because it's the first early kick-off of the season. It was just odd.
Well, yeah, you say that was Norwich, not early kick-off on the first.
I think I was.
Oh, it was Friday night. No, it was Friday night, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah, of course. No, I do think you're right. To be honest, I think there's something in that a lot of people just can't be asked half 12 on a Saturday. It's really hard to motivate yourself to. Let's be honest, alcohol plays a big part in atmosphere for a lot of people, and if you've got to be drinking from like 8 o'clock in the morning to make it worth your while, some people just don't bother. Which is fair enough. We are not encouraging drinking like in the morning.
As soon as the bar opens on holiday, I'm getting two, and I'm sitting on my deck chair. It's gonna be great.
That's fine. Don't drink, children. It's bad.
10 a.m.
Fucking hell.
10 a.m. 2 beers in hand.
So yeah, Liverpool. Just to run through the starting 11, we start with Adrian in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Joel Matip, Virgil van Dijk, Andy Robertson, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Fabinho, Wijnaldum, and then a front three of Salah, Mane, and Divock Origi. It seemed like Roberto Firmino was going to get a rest this week.
It did until Divock Origi was A, shite him, and B, hurt himself falling over.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like looking at our lineup before the game, I was really quite excited for it. The midfield was quite changed with Oxlade-Chamberlain coming in for Henderson. Obviously, two of the normal front three are started, and Divock Origi's coming in, and he's our Champions League winning hero. So, yay, and more power to him. So it was good going in. We looked at our bench and thought, oh, fucking hell. Apart from Lallana, that's brilliant. I'm standing by that. I'm just done with him. But it just didn't. It didn't start off right at all. It was all too slow. It was sluggish. It was lethargic. It was just boring as well. Like we were playing so many sloppy passes, and even the passes that were going well were just not good.
Yeah, I do think Liverpool do not start this game very well at all. There's no fluidity about Liverpool at all. There's no rhythm. All those buzzwords flying around. There's just none of it. But I think part of it is that Liverpool get caught completely off guard by what is the best goal we've conceded this season.
That is true, yeah.
It's an absolute world-class strike from what I've seen of it from Williams, Willems even. I mean, you put Adrian in goal, you put Alisson in goal. Neither of them are saving that. It's world-class from someone Liverpool would link with going back a couple of years now, but I do think Liverpool are caught off guard by it, and we are sloppy in the build up to that. I do think he gets away. I think he gets away from Fabinho really easily, and then lashes it in the top bin. But Liverpool from there, it takes them a while to remember who they are and what they're about. And there's a massive. I think if you can personify Liverpool's performance in one person, it would be Andrew Robertson, because he starts the game really slowly. He's one of and then
he builds and builds and ends brilliantly.
Yeah, exactly. I remember there's one in the first half where somebody passes out to him and his touch is just awful. He just basically passes it straight out to play.
Yeah.
And it was just like, is he just going to have one of those days, which he's had a couple of this season so far, but no, he grew into this game. He wins a really important 50-50, I think.
He wins two in quick succession.
Yeah, not far apart at all. And
yeah.
I think from there...
The second one leads to the goal, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sets the tempo. It sets the tempo completely. And he wins the ball just outside their area on the right-hand side, and gives it into Sadio. And fucking hell.
Sorry, Chelsea have just scored, and it's someone called
Tomori.
Fikayo Tomori.
Tomori. He was on loan at Derby last season as a centre half.
Who the fuck is that?
He was on loan at Derby last season as a centre half.
Right.
Yeah, so, it's a fantastic finish from Sadio Mane, it really is. To just find the composure to lash it in the top corner. Dubravka has absolutely no chance. But the big change for Liverpool, I mean, the tempo's already up at that point, and it looks like we're going to do something. But the big change for Liverpool comes, as you've already said, when Divock Origi has to come off injured, because if we're completely honest, Divock Origi is absolutely awful in this game.
He was really, really bad. Every single touch was heavy. Every single move he made seemed to be the wrong move. He ran at a defender when he should have passed. He passed when he should have ran at a defender. He just didn't have his head up quickly at all. Everything about him was just too slow. He put a cross in when no one was in the box. And then when people were in the box, he wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous how often he made the wrong decisions. And he just looked bad. He looked out... He was getting outclassed by Newcastle defenders. And, I want to say no disrespect, but full disrespect. Newcastle are shit. Newcastle are really, really bad, and are probably going to go down this season.
Yeah, I hope so.
They are. And Divock Origi got just completely shown up by them, and it's just he wasn't good enough. And I'm really nervous if Firmino ever gets injured, because then we'll have to start him.
Yeah,
unless we maybe start Shaqiri on the wing and have one of Salah or Mane in the middle. But I do not like the fact that we might have to start him for a prolonged period of time at some point during the season. I know he started against Norwich and got his 2 goals, but he's not a good footballer. He's not Bobby Firmino. He's not even a close. He's not even a close second or distant second to Bobby Firmino. He's just not good enough to do that role.
I think the weird thing about Divock Origi is I think in this Liverpool team, if you were going to just get chances against teams and they're just going to be... if you want the ball to just fall to a striker within 12 yards of the goal, Divock Origi is probably your man, other than maybe Mo Salah, obviously, but he will more often than not...
What team's going to allow that?
Barcelona twice.
Barcelona twice. Spurs in the Champions League final.
Yeah,
Jordan Pickford. That's it.
Exactly. I think the way he was used today was wrong, because I don't think when you're playing against a 5-man defence like we were today, I don't think you are ever going to get to the point where Divock Origi's direct running at somebody is ever going to work. You need the trickery that certain Brazilian forward chose when he came on. Do you know what I mean? You need something like that to break down the team. I mean, you look at the goals we've scored. We win the ball back through a high press, give it to Mane straight away. But then you're looking at particularly Salah's goal. It comes about
because
Firmino's
brilliance.
Exactly, because of Firmino's trickery, and it's a lovely bit of play between the two of them. And it's just something that you just don't normally see with Divock Origi, and it's not. We can't pull the ladder apart too much. At the end of the day, he's responsible for some of the greatest memories that we've ever had. But at the same time, you have to kind of separate the emotion of those moments from the
player.
Yeah, from the player. It's like Luis Garcia. We always say about Luis Garcia. Luis Garcia will be remembered forever as a Liverpool legend because of the goals he scored in the build-up to 2005. Yep. But he was awful for large periods of his Liverpool career. He was not great. Very wasteful, and I think Origi falls under a similar bracket, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I was fully expecting him to score. I kept turning to you and just saying he's been shit, but he will score because that's just what Divock Origi does. But obviously he goes down injured, and obviously you never like to see it of any player. But it brings on Bobby Firmino, and he was just brilliant.
I wouldn't mind knowing what would have happened in that game if Origi doesn't come off at that point.
Origi scores.
But
Origi absolutely scores. He scores when he's the worst. He always does.
Yeah, that's probably true, to be honest. But it's just interesting, isn't it? That we can sit here, but I haven't won, and we can say, well, Firmino comes on, he makes a massive difference to this club straight away. But would Liverpool have found a way through anyway without Bobby? Probably, because we are that good.
Yep.
But
it wasn't the introduction of Bobby that made us better. Well, it did make us better, but that wasn't the start of it. It was that first tackle that Robbo won. That seemed to click everyone into place. And remind us how good we are and how good we can be, and that we are loads better than Newcastle. And then we just kind of put them to the sword. Yeah.
I think that it also helps with the atmosphere as well. It helps everybody just get behind the team a little bit more, doesn't it? It just
it gives us something to shout about, because in the first 20 minutes there really wasn't much.
Yeah, exactly.
Really
I think everybody just jumps on it straight away as well when they see people chasing after the ball and trying to win it, showing a lot of intensity about.
And Robbo's brilliant for that. Really is.
I think it's by far and away his best performance of this season. Andy Robertson. I don't think he's been particularly great this season. I think he's blown hot and cold, but today he caused Matt Ritchie nothing but problems all game. Didn't have much to do defensively. He did get absolutely torn apart once by Almiron as well.
It does go through his legs, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. But
that happens to me at football. I just go down, see ya, bye. Done.
Yeah, I think he could have quite easily done that.
And it happens once a week.
But
it does happen once a week. Every Thursday.
I think he plays very, very well today. Well, it grows into the match. I think a lot of Liverpool players do, to be honest, because I said to you
Oxlade-Chamberlain, for me, he's up there with Robertson for someone who started off pretty bad and got really, really a lot better as time went on.
And Fabinho as well, I think I said to you early on, Fabinho had a busy week flying to and from America to play, half an hour? Yeah. So I think when he starts today, there's a couple of... Well, he gets skimmed quite easily. There's a couple of, passes that aren't normally to his standard, and you're just maybe he looks a little bit off the pace.
The second half, there's some tackles that he's absolutely brilliant for. Absolutely brilliant. Matip as well. Matip was throwing really good tackles in, but everything else he was doing was just terrible. It was just really, really bad. There was one chance in the second half for Newcastle that came entirely from a really bad pass from Matip. It was lovely build-up play from us, really patient, and he just hits it far too hard at Trent, and Trent can't control it because the ball is just coming at him too fast, and then Newcastle can break from it, and they very nearly fashion a really good chance out of it.
Well, they do fashion a really good chance, but Virgil van Dijk's quick out to Matt Ritchie, isn't he?
Yeah.
And then Virgil van Dijk turns around and gives Joel Matip both barrels, which he fully deserved, to be honest.
Yeah. But when he was on the ball, there was a lot of that. There was a lot of his baby giraffe runs into midfield and a misplaced pass to a Newcastle player.
Should have had a penalty.
Definitely should have had a penalty. 100% should have had a penalty.
And I think
the Newcastle player had his arm around his neck, didn't he?
And I think now is as good an opportunity as any for me and you to discuss VAR, because we've avoided it like the plague this season. Because Liverpool haven't been on the receiving end of any really bad decisions, to be honest. But today we have. I think it's time that everyone should weigh in on this. I don't think it's something that can be swept under the rug, because Liverpool just win the game anyway, as much as I'm sure the officials would like it to. It is a clear penalty.
Absolutely clear. And it's ridiculous that we have 3 people in a room in fucking London looking at this game specifically for stuff like that. The referee misses, and they still miss it. What the fuck is the point in VAR if they're not going to catch something like that? Clear as day. Arm around his neck, pulls him down. I think it's ridiculous.
I think we have to be... It's something I'm very particular about at the moment. Is I think we have to be very careful with the terminology we use when we're criticising the use of VAR, because this is not the video assistant referee fault. It's not the technology's fault at all. This is completely and utterly how it's being utilised, and that people aren't quite understanding that. It's like the referee has made the clear and obvious error. He's not seen it, and he's human. At the end of the day, we accept referees might not see everything, however many officials you position around the pitch. But at the end of the day, if there is a video recording of it, and there is a video recording
replays
of Joel Matip getting gripped around the throat and dragged to one side, then you can give that penalty. Surely, like you have to be able to just be strong enough to admit that. All right,
I'm really curious to hear what the video system referee has to say. Just what the video system referee said to the referee about that incident. I'd be really curious to know.
See, what I'm very interested in this as well,
because they're constantly monitoring everything.
Well, exactly, but the problem I've got is VAR, the way it's being used in the Premier League at the moment. The Premier League are basically acting as if referees get nothing wrong, and referees are perfect all the way through, and there's no mistakes that they can make at all. And they're treating that as in, my word is law, rather than, all right, I can learn from this opportunity. I can learn from this. And I think if it's easy for me being sat here now, I think if I was sat in charge, if I was Mike Riley, for example, and I was looking at it, I'd be like, all right, well, what we're going to do is we're going to use this as a learning curve, because at the end of the day, if you're making mistakes constantly and you're getting pulled up by VAR, then VAR is not working right. Whereas if you are making a couple of mistakes at the start of the use of technology, and then the more we use it, the fewer mistakes you're getting pulled up on.
Yeah.
And that's a learning. That's VAR being used to improve the standard of refereeing, not just improve the standard of decision making, but improve refereeing, because the ultimate goal of VAR surely is that we don't need it anymore. Do you know what I mean? That we work to a point of, well, referees just get to a point where they might not need it, and if they do, it's only in weird situations that you don't see. It's not someone getting dragged down from a corner. I mean, you're looking at that fucking one from for City against Spurs a couple of weeks ago on Rodri, where he's basically exact same, just gripped, thrown to the floor.
Yeah.
Nothing given. I think they have to just be strong enough to admit that referees make mistakes. They're human beings, and we kind of accept that. But you have to. There's no one who's looking at that going, "Well, Joe Mattis made the most of that." Do you know what I mean? Nobody's looking at that going, I mean, it's just an honest challenge for the ball. It's not. It's
dived.
It's a clear and obvious. It's a clear and obvious error, as if we're going to use their terminology. Yeah. I think that's the worst thing they've ever done, to be honest, is use the words clear and obvious error.
Yeah.
Because everyone's going to just jump on that now and say, how the fucking hell is this not clear and obvious that he has made the mistake here? But in the end, it didn't matter too much.
No.
We went on, obviously, 2 Sadio Mane goals, 2-1. And Liverpool are very good in the second half. A couple of lapses where we give Newcastle a break, and then we spoke about it a little bit, but then Bobby Firmino just takes over. And it is Bobby Firmino's world, and we are all invited to live in it.
It's very nice of him to let us live in his world.
He is exceptional. He is the greatest, in terms of his all-round ability as an attacking player. There is no one I've ever seen who can do what Bobby Firmino does regularly, and just humiliate teams whilst also doing a defensive job as well.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say he's the best all-round player, because it's obviously Steven Gerrard, but he's not bad. Bobby Firmino is.
He's pretty good, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's probably, if you're honest, he's probably the replacement for Gerrard that you just didn't really see coming in. Do you know what I mean? Someone who can just do a bit of everything.
Yeah. Just playing a bit higher up the pitch, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Because I suppose teams look at centre midfielders to do that, but if you've got someone like Firmino who is finally getting the recognition he deserves.
Started out at Liverpool as a right back, just like Gerrard. Yeah. That's great radio, that.
I know. Fucking hell. I might just record 3 minutes of sighing at that comment just to cut in later. But yeah, I mean, it's world class from him and Salah, as we've already said. Liverpool walk away with a 3-1 win.
Yep.
It's as comfortable as a 3-1 win where you're 1-0 down early on can be, really.
Yeah, it just took us 20 minutes longer to realise that the game had started with Newcastle, and then after that there was only one team that was going to win. We were just so much better.
The second we go 2-1 up, that was it.
Yeah,
that was it. Then it was like, all right, we're in control of this game. Steve Bruce has been very complimentary of Liverpool after the game.
He gave us a wave after we sang about his big fat head, which is always nice.
Yeah,
he was 3-1 down at that point as well, wasn't he?
I think so.
Yeah. Good man.
Yeah,
for a mank.
Yeah, for a mank. Well done. I mean, we didn't get a chance to do it last week, I guess, but if you're having someone from the Newcastle squad,
it'd be Lascelles.
It'd be Jamal Lascelles still.
Yeah.
Is that still the case after watching today?
Yeah. No one else stood out that much to me. The striker put himself about a bit, but I don't know. Well, to be fair, after my little bit of a rant about Origi, maybe. But
Jolinson.
Yeah.
I think Almiron's a very good footballer
as
well. I'm gonna go a bit after the game. I'm gonna go a little bit off on one, and I'm gonna say Jethro Willems, because he last one in the top bin, and we need a backup left back.
That's fair.
And also he's Dutch, so we'd have Van Dijk, Willems, and Gini Wijnaldum playing on the left hand side. I think that'd be
we could feasibly get a full Dutch back four, couldn't we?
Yeah, I'm going by the licht, and I'm sure there's a Dutch right back somewhere. But yeah, Liverpool,
I mean, we've got Hover, and we got
Kiana and Sepp Vandenberg. Of course,
Vandenberg. Yeah,
I see what you're.
That's what I was trying to do, but I just couldn't remember the names, and I was relying on you.
I got there in the end.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Liverpool continue their 100% start to the season in the Premier League.
5 down, 33 to go.
5 down, 33 to go.
114 points.
We are coining it now that if Liverpool win the Premier League this season with 38 games played, 38 won. We want to be called the perfectionists, and the unbearable perfectionists. So I think has a nice ring to it.
The unbearable independent perfectionists.
Yes, up the unbearable independent perfectionists. So Liverpool, after 5 games, 15 goals scored, 4 conceded. The 4 conceded is a bit of a pain in the arse, I guess, but we haven't dropped any points because of them yet, so no cause for concern really yet, without your best goalkeeper as well.
Yeah, there's mitigating circumstances there. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
We come up against a decent Norwich, to be honest. A really, really quite decent Norwich. A decent Arsenal, and then the rest pretty crap, so not much excuse there. But again, we do have a keeper that's not Alisson in net.
Yeah. So 15 points after 5 games, not too bad.
Not bad. Hopefully Norwich can do something against City. I highly doubt it, but they might.
They have no
Timu
defenders.
Pukki is brilliant.
They're playing 1 at the back, and then a flat midfield of 8 with Pukki up front on his own.
That sounds good. I like it.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. So what we can talk about now then is we can look towards the Norwich game. I've said Norwich twice today.
Norwich.
Not Norwich.
Napoli.
The Napoli game.
Yes, Champions League. We're back, baby.
The Napoli game.
As defending champions of Europe.
Now, hopefully this season goes better than the last time Liverpool were defending champions of Europe when they got knocked out in the first knockout stage by Benfica.
Yeah, that won't be good.
Samousa Barossa scoring, if I remember rightly, at Anfield. That was a fucking shite game now.
I think we've learned our lessons from Napoli away last season.
Time will tell, won't it? I guess. I would hope so. I would really hope so. I think...
Because that was bad.
Yeah.
Napoli away and Red Star Belgrade away were just the worst.
Yeah, I mean, we showed encouraging signs against PSG, but at the same time, it was just like, we're going to get beat here.
Yeah. It's a fucking hard place to go.
Yeah, it is. And
but you want to be coming away from Napoli away with at least a draw. At least.
I think it's very important for Liverpool this season that we do that. We have to come away with something positive. We can't just be, we can't just be playing catch up straight away.
Yeah.
Which would be nightmarish really at this stage of the season, to be honest. It's just purely because it adds extra pressure onto games that just don't need the pressure on them.
I'd love to have won the group with a game in hand.
How
good would that be? How long has it been since Liverpool have done something like that?
Liverpool don't do things the easy way ever, to be honest.
But how nice would it be if we did?
It would
how
be
nice
lovely.
Would it be?
No, it would be. I think that's got to be the target. I think that's got to be the target, to be honest with you. I mean, I think there's a way you can qualify after 4 games, to be honest. If you win all your first 4, you qualify after 4 games. And the form Liverpool are on at the moment, the quality of the opposition they're up against, so it's Is it Napoli at home? Napoli away, then Salzburg at home, and then is it Genk at home as well? I might be wrong in the 2 home games.
I don't have the fixtures memorised.
No, it's Genk away. Right, so of our first 3 games, 2 of them are away.
That's fine.
So yeah, Napoli away, Salzburg at home, Genk away. So from that, we're
Genk away should be a given, but Red Star Belgrade away should have been a given last time, and we lost.
The 2 middle games are Genk away and Genk at home this season. Really, it should have been 6 points last season.
Yeah, we should have been racking up 6 points there.
It has to be 6 points again this season as well, I think. Obviously, we didn't get it last year and we still go through, but I'm not talking about qualifying from the group stage, because Liverpool should walk through this group. Even if we finish,
we need to win this group.
Well, even if we don't, even if we're coming second in this group, I mean, Liverpool will still end up qualifying. They have to be honest. But from a league point of view, from a fighting on all fronts point of view, you want the games in December to be basically, you can drop points. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
This is a chance for some of the lads who've maybe not played European football to get over and out. Your Kiana Herber starting away in Salzburg and in the last group game would be absolutely lovely. Exactly, the Dutch back 4. We haven't got one of them yet.
We'll put Wijnaldum in. It's fine.
But I do think that, we haven't really. Have we discussed the group? I don't think we've discussed the group at all, to be honest, so far. But this is a group that Liverpool should be walking through, as we've said. It starts with Napoli away, which we've already got experience of from last season. We weren't great last season in Napoli. It was probably the worst I've seen Liverpool play last season.
Red Star for me. I thought we were absolutely awful for Red Star.
I don't know, Napoli. I just remember thinking, if we walk away with a draw here, we've done so well, because we've been absolutely awful. Oh, wait, we've conceded. I guess both of them weren't great, to be honest, but hopefully this time round Napoli will be different. They give us a good hardening in pre-season, but we did that to them last year and then got beat by them at their place, so maybe it'll be the reverse this year. We shall see. There's not really much.
A bit of a change in rooms are alright.
Yeah, apparently the what's it called, the stadium last year was in absolute disrepair, wasn't it?
It's owned by the council and we just don't care, do we?
I mean, that's what's going to happen to Everton's ground as well, to be fair, isn't it? Do you see any massive changes for this game?
Not massive. I think we start the front 3. Obviously, we gave Firmino a rest, didn't we?
With Chelsea in mind on the weekend as well?
I think it's important to get off to a winning start in the Champions League, so I think we start the front 3 and maybe rest one of them for Chelsea, bring him on after half-time. I just think getting off to a winning start in the Champions League is really, really important. And to be honest, Chelsea's defence is not good. We could beat them with just 2 of our front 3, I think.
Well, I mean, they are 3-0 up at half-time against Wolves at the moment. Which
they
is,
are. Well, I still don't think they're very good.
I think as well, there's, Liverpool play Tuesday and then Sunday against Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? There's plenty of time for a rest in there. Basically, I assume Liverpool will fly back straight after the Napoli game.
Yep.
Have Wednesday morning off, and then come in Wednesday afternoon, do a little bit, and then Thursday, Friday will be prep, travel on Saturday for Chelsea.
I think Henderson comes back in the midfield, probably for Oxlade-Chamberlain.
I reckon you see the midfield of terror that nobody wants to see, to be honest.
Fabinho, Henderson, Wijnaldum.
Yeah.
The new Brexit midfield that everybody hates for some reason, but it's fine. It's fine.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if James Milner starts this game even in the slightest.
No, maybe, but that midfield is specifically so our fullbacks can properly bomb on. So I don't understand why people hate on that midfield so much.
It's just
when we get ridiculous amounts of assists and goals from Trent and Robertson.
I think this is a game as well where you probably see Joe Gomez play. I don't know whether he'll play right back or centre half though.
I think he's going to play Trent. I don't think he's going to drop Trent for Gomez at right back often this season at all. I think it's maybe going to be the last subbing games, but I just don't think he's going to play like that, because again, relies on those fullbacks so much.
I just think that there's a point though where Trent Alexander-Arnold, he's still 20.
Mm-hmm.
And he went away on international duty. Alright, he only played the second game, but he still played the second game. Joe Gomez didn't play. And you're looking at an opportunity to give him a break. Is it MK Dons, naturally? Or do you just say to him, yeah, get through these 2 games and then you can have MK Don, like a rest after MK Dons?
Yeah, no, that's definitely what I'm thinking.
I think for Napoli away, if I'm completely honest, I would want a defensive team sorted out, because I don't really mind dropping 2 points in what will be our hardest game in this group.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, like, on paper anyway. Salzburg shouldn't be underestimated. You know, they're a decent team. Give a couple of teams to run around in the Europa League. I think it was last season, was it? It was either last season or the year before. Yeah. But you know, they're basically the feeder club for Leipzig, who, you know, I don't know. It's an interesting group, to be honest. You are looking at it on paper saying it's just Napoli to be worried about, and then you're thinking about it, and if you go in with that attitude, it's very easy to slip up and drop points.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, I think Napoli away being your hardest game on paper, if you start with a defensive back four and you just kind of just go, listen, if we drop points, we drop points, but we're going to win the rest of the group. It's fine. Do you know what I mean? And I'd rather have Trent fit and firing for Chelsea, where he can push on and give Chelsea nightmares.
Yeah.
Then, you know, maybe he doesn't look 100%. Having said that, knowing Jurgen Klopp now, he'll play him for every game and then play Dons on top of it as well.
Yeah, so. Possibly. Well, we'll see on Tuesday, won't we?
Yeah, but it will be interesting. I don't expect wholesale changes, especially now that Origi's come off injured today as well.
Yeah, we'll have to see how long he's out for.
Mm-hmm. See, it's interesting because Chamberlain plays today, so I wonder if he comes in. Shaqiri gets a couple of minutes. Maybe he's considered.
Well, goes up in the front three.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
I do prefer Oxlade-Chamberlain in the middle, though. He's definitely a midfielder now.
Well, this is a massive run of games for Liverpool coming up now between now and the next international break, because Liverpool's next 4 games in all competitions are all away games.
Yeah.
Next 4, and that's heavy. It starts with Napoli, then it's Chelsea, then MK Dons, and then the last one is. Fuck, I forgot.
United, Spurs.
It's not something that big, I don't think.
They're in October.
Sheffield United.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and then we play in October. We start the month with Salzburg, then Leicester, both at home, and then after the international break, we play United.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so next 4 games, all being away from home, is huge for Liverpool, and I think. You know, it could be telling that there's going to have to be rotation in this. It could be telling what he does in the first game, whether he believes that is the way of going about it. I do think the first 2 games, Napoli and Chelsea, are so much more difficult to worry, like more concerning than MK Dons and Sheffield United, obviously.
Absolutely.
But
although, saying that, watch us lose those 2 games and win the other 2.
I could definitely see Liverpool doing that. I think we all need a good run in the League Cup this season. I think it'd
be nice for the youngsters. It'd be nice to see Brewster out.
I think it's just important, really, that we have a run, because we need to remember what the cup actually means to Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? With the cups at this point in time, we've just kind of fucked them all off, because we're like, we've got bigger fish to fry, and I still believe that, but we kind of go in with that attitude now.
Yeah.
To the FA and the League Cup, and I think
let's try and win them all.
It would be nice, wouldn't it?
So we've already got the Super Cup in the bag, Club World Cup, League Cup, FA Cup, League Champions. That's a sextuple. That's good. That's 6.
I think we need to be aiming for a quadruple, don't we? Let's be honest. Fucking hell. What would that be then? The unbearable, independent,
perfectionist. Sextuple winners.
Sextuple winning perfectionist.
6. It's a mouthful.
Yeah. So are we gonna just predict Napoli then and hope Liverpool can come through the Chelsea game. Chelsea, who were very don't know what you're getting at the moment.
Yeah, they are a weird team.
Chelsea are 3-0 up as we speak now. I would be absolutely not surprised if Wolves come back and draw that game.
I wouldn't either.
They are just such a weird team to play, and it would be classic of Liverpool to play Chelsea at just the point where they're coming back to life a little bit.
Yeah, it would.
I'm sure we did that last season.
We did. And probably the season before.
And we did it with Arsenal last season as well. And we did it with United last season as well. And Everton, when you think about it, all of them. We played every single fucking one of them when they were in the pomp of their season. So it would be classic of Liverpool, but I don't know, a routine performance at Stamford Bridge would be very, very nice.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. We're looking far too far ahead there, I think. A week is a long time in football.
Napoli, I think we win, to be honest. I think we set up relatively defensively, but I do think Trent's going to start, and I do think we're going to probably go at him in the second half.
I could not find the answer to your question.
That's great radio. I didn't even ask a question.
Don't get a Samsung smartwatch.
Okay. I can't afford one anyway. It's fine.
Bixby is the worst invention ever. I'm telling you.
I think it'll be 3-1.
Yeah,
like today.
I'll just say 1-0. I'd rip your hand off for 1-0 right now.
Go on then.
I just think in terms of
and then Chelsea's 9-0.
Yeah, exactly. It's fine. I'll take. The thing is, I'd take 1-0 for every game left this season, to be honest. As long as Liverpool win the fucking games, I don't really care.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean...
114 points.
114 points, it's on.
15 points, 99 to go.
So, yeah, I mean, I do think Liverpool probably win. I don't think the draw's the worst result in the world.
No, it's not at all.
I do think it's very important we don't lose this game. It'd be really funny if Jürgen just dropped everybody and just showed how much he's just trying to win the Premier League this season.
I don't think he'd ever do it. He wouldn't ever do it.
He loves Europe too much, mate.
Yeah.
He knows how much it means to us as well, to be honest.
You don't want to be a Brexit team, do you?
No, exactly. Don't want to leave Europe early. It's mank behaviour. I think we've covered all of the games we wanted to talk about, so let's move on to our best Liverpool team since football was created in 1992.
Yes,
11.
We're on to the left back.
We are on to the left back. Do I want to pull stats up for this? No, let's just talk about it.
We just fuck off with John Riise. Just fuck off with him.
The choices are going to be, because we've already got Jamie Carragher in at centre half.
Yep.
We could have cheated. We could have put Carragher at left back. Could have done that. We could have done that.
Can we still do that?
No.
Why? Come on.
Because you haven't a centre half. You just...
Two Carragers. A team of Carragers.
We'll have Sam Appiah and Virgil van Dijk at centre half and then Carragher at left back if you want.
Can we?
No.
Oh.
No, we can't. We have to have...
these are not in the rules we agreed upon.
Yeah, exactly. We have to have where they played, I think, at the peak of their powers.
It's going to get really interesting once we move to the midfield because we're going to have to decide on what formation we're playing.
Yep.
Are they going to be wingers? Are they going to be actual forwards? What are we going to do?
Yeah,
what are we going to do? I don't know.
I think we agreed 4-3-3 is probably the best way of going about it.
What kind of 4-3-3 with a holding midfielder, flat midfielder at number 10?
I think what we have to kind of accept is we're just basically picking 3 forwards. We aren't picking... We're going for the Brendan Rodgers style of 2 strikers and a winger.
Okay, that's fine.
You know what I mean? We're just going to pick forwards because we can't really compare Sadio Mane.
So it's more of a 4-4-2 diamond.
It's more of a we'll find a formation when we get there.
Are we Chelsea?
Yeah.
No,
I think there's a lot of players who are going to be in with deserving of a nod in this team. So when we get to strikers, we'll talk about names a little bit more. But I think there's going to be. I think if you play pick a certain formation, for example, if you pick a 4-4-2, you're going to end up picking a left mid or a right mid who just doesn't deserve to be in the team as much as a striker who you leave out. Do you know what I mean? So I think we have to just be very careful with that.
Okay. All right, so we'll go for 3 midfielders and 3 forwards.
Yeah. Okay. I think I like that. Yeah. Okay. So the left back choices, there are only 2 that me and you think are worth discussing, and one of them is Andy Robertson,
It is.
who we've already spoke about a little bit today, and one of them is John Riise. Okay, Mark, present your argument for Andy Robertson, please.
John Riise is shit. That's my argument. No, Andy Robertson is he's a working class hero. Everybody wants to be Andy Robertson. Don't you roll your eyes at me. You were fucking throwing out all those cliches earlier. And I know you're wearing your working class hero Jamie Carragher shirt for Independence Day, but still, he is a working class hero. And no player epitomises this Liverpool team quite like Andy Robertson does. The run that he made against...
I've already said that today. You can't use my quotes against me.
The run he made against Man City, just absolutely not stopping, just pressing every single player, and it did not... It ended in a foul, but it was not a fucking foul. He actually won the ball there, and we should have scored from that, but the referee shit out. Nothing represents this Liverpool team like that, and no other player does that. Bobby Firmino presses with the best of them, but not like Andy Robertson does. He got record assists with Trent last season. He's been absolutely brilliant since he came in when Alberto Moreno got injured over the Christmas period the year before, and he's just kept his place. I was really upset for Alberto Moreno because it's the best he'd ever played for Liverpool. But as soon as he got injured and Andy Robertson came in and was just brilliant, there was no displacing him after that. And unfortunately, everyone's favourite fake Brazilian is gone. Much to Firmino's sadness, I'm sure, because we did have him to pretty much entertain Firmino, didn't we? But he is just brilliant, and him and Virgil van Dijk on that left-hand side is just so good. That left-hand side of a defence, there's none stronger in football, I don't think. That's my argument. And John Riise is fucking shit.
Okay.
Okay.
So, that's what you're walking in here saying. Loads of words.
Loads of words.
Okay. Loads of words.
Okay.
John Riise was bought by Liverpool for £4 million in June 2001 from Monaco. Okay.
Yeah. And Andy Robertson was bought for fucking £8 million and a packet of crisps and Kev Stewart.
He was bought for £8 million. So he was he's cost twice as much as John Riise.
Come on, inflation. Fuck off.
No, fuck your inflation. Inflation doesn't help my argument. I'm not going to pay attention to it for this
when
one.
It suits.
Well, exactly when it suits.
Go on, then. Are you going to go purely stats? You're going to be like, we bought him for twice as much, so he should have scored twice as many goals by now.
No. I'm not going to go for anything like that. Come on. What I'm going to go with is 2001-2002 season. John Riise plays 38 league games for Liverpool.
Yep.
38 league games. He comes into a Liverpool team that had just won the treble.
Yep.
In 2000-2001. Played every single game it was possible to play in that season without replays. And win 3 trophies from it. Get their first Champions League finish since they were banned in the 80s. And yet, John Riise walks into that team and plays 38 games for that team. We're talking about one of the most forgotten Liverpool teams ever. It's probably up there with Rafa's best team. Maybe not on paper, but in terms of how it played, in terms of squad depth, it's up there with Rafa's best team. And it's probably up there with the team we've got now, to be honest. And then this fella walks in. Don't look at me like that. Right? What if you literally...
This is the best Liverpool team.
You spoke. Though it's... Yeah, alright, sound team. I'm talking squad in this, to be honest.
Come on.
You literally said earlier on, in this exact episode, you said, I'm a little bit worried about what happens if there's an injury to Mane, Salah or Firmino. In that team, that 2000-2001 team, where you're talking about Fowler, Owen, Littmanen and Emileski as your strike force.
Alright, fine. Squad over team, fine.
Yeah, squad over team. And John Riise walks into that team and plays 38 games. 38 in a season. in the league. That's as many as you're allowed to play, because that's how many games you play in a season. Yeah, 38 games.
There is a chance of a 39th, actually, so he didn't play the maximum.
Alright, well, he plays 56 in all competitions and gets 8 goals. Alright, there's an argument as well that he's playing left mid for a lot of this, but John Arne Riise, throughout his Liverpool career, the least games he ever played in a season was 28 in the league. So always consistent. Alright, towards the end of his career he wasn't great defensively and stuff like that, but he formed part of Rafa's defence as well. Alright, Traore starts in the final and stuff like that, but John Arne Riise was just such a club icon at the time. After he scored the most ridiculous free kick you'll ever see against Manchester United.
That was ridiculous.
Okay? He scores
some really good goals.
He scores in his first ever Merseyside derby, running half the length of the pitch and then pinging it across in the far corner.
Alberto Moreno did that against Spurs. Doesn't mean he's good.
Yeah, but it wasn't a Merseyside derby, was it?
No, true.
And Alberto Moreno
he did run pretty much
spent the rest of his Liverpool career chasing dogs around. John Arne Riise, right, while he was at Liverpool, won an FA Cup, a League Cup, Community Shield twice, won the Champions League and 2 Super Cups. Okay, walks away with all those honours as well. Okay, individual wise, he's not got the record that Robertson's got, because Robertson got picked in last year's team of the year. But in terms of attacking ability as much as anything else, John Arne Riise got the goals that Andy Robertson hasn't yet got for Liverpool Football Club.
But you can see they are coming.
Where are they coming from?
He's shooting more this season.
Yeah, and he's not scored yet, has he?
No, he hasn't scored yet. He doesn't quite.
Virgil van Dijk scored today. Shot today. He didn't score, did he? So, like,
no, that's true.
If you're going to just shoot all the time, you aren't always going to score. All right, he's getting in good positions, but he got in those same positions last year, and he hasn't scored any goals. He scored 1 goal for Liverpool.
He wasn't shooting last year.
John Arne Riise scored 21 league goals for Liverpool. Every single one of them was dead memorable. He becomes the first player playing for an English team to get a winning goal at the Nou Camp since Liverpool did it in the 80s, was it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We walked into the Nou Camp as underdogs. He got swatted by a golf club by Craig Bellamy, and then between the two of them, they drag us through in the Champions League. Let's not forget we get to the final that year as well. He recovered from the heartbreak of missing a penalty in Istanbul. It killed him. He cried his eyes out when he missed that penalty. Walks back, he gets hooked by Gerrard. And you know what he does the year after? He steps up again in the FA Cup final and he fucking leathers it as hard as he can straight down the middle, because he was a fucking great footballer. Alright, he might not have been the left back defensively that Andy Robertson is, but it depends what you want this team to do that we're picking. Do you want this team to be a defensive rock, or do you want this team to be able to go forward, sort of like Liverpool doing right now, and score goals? The only reason, you know what, we'd score more goals with Andy Robertson in this team than we'd score more goals with John Arne Riise in this team than we do with Andy Robertson. That's all I'm saying.
Would you have John Arne Riise in this team right now over Andy Robertson? I will concede this entire argument, and I will let you pick which one you would have. Which one would you have in this Liverpool team right now? And then that one can go into the best team since 1992. I'll give that to you.
Hold on.
I want you to look me in the eyes, and I want you to say John Arne Riise. And I bet you can't do it.
How old's Andy Robertson? 25. I can't do it. I can't do it. I tried my best. I really tried my best. I think what I'm really getting at here is I do believe Andy Robertson should go in this team, but what I do think is that you walked into this expecting it to be clear cut, and I don't think that's fair.
No. He's not shit. He never was shit. But I don't think he is as good a left back as Andy Robertson is.
I think, despite all my argument there, genuinely, I fully believe, and I realised this halfway through discussing it, that his best position was left midfield.
Yes,
and he was always better as a left midfielder. And for that reason,
defensively, he was never really there. He scored some absolutely incredible goals, some goals I will never ever forget. That United free kick is just ridiculous. That's on everyone's top Liverpool goals ever.
There's one he scores against Tottenham in like 2007 as well, where he just picks the ball up from like 40 yards out, runs forward 5 yards, and then just pings in the bottom corner because he can.
But scoring amazing goals does not make for an amazing footballer. No. Andy Robertson is an amazing footballer.
Andy Robertson is a very good footballer, and he epitomises what's good about this Jurgen Klopp team, and I will completely agree with that. And I do believe, obviously, this is the best team Liverpool have had in the Premier League history. I probably will stand by me 2001 argument that
that's fair. That squad was brilliant.
The squad depth is incredible in that team, and I think it's something that Houllier doesn't get enough credit for, to be honest. Is how deep that team actually was. I mean, alright, he gets a bit lucky with certain youngsters coming through at the time. You know, a nomad called Steven Gerrard just breaking into the team at 19. But yeah, I like. You know, we still had that squad going into the season after. We had Nicholas Anelka in place of Robbie Fowler in midway through that team. It's full of quality, and Riise just starts. What I would say is, again, a lot of his games are at left mid in that. Fair enough. But all I was getting at really is that I think Riise probably shouldn't just be forgotten about. It probably is Andy Robertson. In fact, it definitely is Andy Robertson. Andy Robertson's season last year alone probably earns him it, just because he was consistent every single week. I mean, Trent Alexander-Arnold's younger. He's going to have off games.
It's just, but name a better left back in the world at the minute. Name a left back that you'd rather have.
You can't. Yeah. There aren't any. There's not a single left back. Genuinely, I think it's a compliment to Merseyside right now, to be honest. That I honestly, truly believe the best two left backs in the world right now are Andy Robertson and Luca Digne.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. I think Mendy would be up there if he could defend. I think
Mendy's the Riise of this argument.
Yeah, I was going to say Mendy is the Riise.
Yeah, Mendy is the Riise of this argument. In the fact, if you were still seeing teams play 4-4-2, you'd probably be seeing Mendy playing left mid.
Yeah, probably.
Obviously, City wouldn't need that. They've got more ability than anybody else in terms of attacking ability. But I'm not gonna lie. I think part of me went into that thinking it's been too easy so far to discuss all these players.
It has, but we're going to get to the midfield and the forwards, and that's going to be hard.
Yeah,
that is going to be hard.
I am standing by though that John Riise was a much better footballer in his career than people remember him to be.
That's fair.
He deserves a better legacy than Luis Garcia. Is what I'm getting at. Like, do you know what I mean? People so quickly discard John Riise. I had him on the back of 4 Liverpool shirts. I loved them.
I met him. I bought his book. I got it signed.
I know, you got me here. Thanks.
I know, I got you on and all. And I got his shirt signed from my brother, which I just won Christmas forever.
I'm too scared to open that book. It's still on the shelf. I'm too scared to read it. But yeah, I mean, yeah.
You know what kind of soured me on him, to be honest? He's really annoying on Twitter.
Yeah,
I had to unfollow him. I was just getting annoyed.
Just loves an argument, doesn't he?
He does.
No, but I will fully concede that I was putting up a straw man argument there. And I also agree it should be Andy Robertson.
Fair enough.
But I think there is a case for... I think somebody better equipped than me could probably argue John Riise into this team. I also think someone better equipped than me could argue Sami Hyypiä into this team as well. Or someone more willing, because I wasn't willing to put Sami Hyypiä in this compared to...
Yeah, that's fair.
But next week we move on to midfielders.
We do.
Midfielders. Now, I think with midfielders we have to separate it into holding midfielder, centre midfielder, right centre midfielder and left centre midfielder, or do we have to pick hold midfielder, centre midfielder, attacking midfielder to break it up a little bit? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, let's do that instead. Where does Gerrard go in then? Because he played all 3.
Should we allow Gerrard to go in all 3 of them? Like different eras of Gerrard.
It's like his FIFA icons. Icons. One of them's a cam, one of them's a midfielder, and one of them's a holding midfielder. No, I think next week will be holding midfielder.
Yeah.
Do you want to pick who we're gonna try and lash in there right now?
Well, Mascherano's got to go in there.
I think it's Alonso as well.
Yep.
Mascherano and Alonso, and I think the last one, if we're completely honest, it's probably got to be Lucas Leiva, to be honest.
Ooh.
It's got to be, hasn't it? Or, no, it hasn't. I know who it is. No, it's Didier Arman. It's Didier Arman.
Oh, okay.
It's got to be Didier Arman, hasn't it? I think, I think we're having a discussion between Alonso, Mascherano and Didier, man.
Oof, that's going to be hard.
Yep. And
are we allowed Alonso in just the midfielder section as well, or no?
I don't know. Maybe we just have 2 debates for midfield, and then we have a wild card of the losers.
That could be good.
Yeah, we'll do that. We might do that.
This is so hard. We're not even doing it yet.
Liverpool have had so many good midfielders down the years. But yeah, Andy Robertson is the latest person to enter our best ever Liverpool side since football was invented in 1992. 11. So yeah, that concludes this week. Matt's away on holiday next week, so we'll probably do one of these. When do we play MK Dons? Is it Wednesday night?
I can't remember.
If we play MK Dons on the Wednesday, we might try and do it on the Thursday.
I'll play footy on the Thursday. I can't.
We'll get something out on the Wednesday.
We will.
We'll just do it while we watch MK Dons. No one will be asked. We'll just do live
commentary.
Yeah, we'll do live commentary of the MK Dons game. And by live commentary, I mean we'll watch the MK Dons game. We'll talk about football.
Speaking
and then we'll release it afterwards.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. So that sounds like a good plan. Thank you very much for listening to this. Up the Reds. If you've not already done so, get a picture of yourself in an independent traders Liverpool shirt today. Get it on Twitter, get it on Facebook with the hashtags support independence, because it's very important that we don't ignore what Liverpool are trying to do with the trademarking issue. I think we have spoken about it in the past, but it's very important that we hold on to our identity as a fan base who are as involved with the club as we want to be, basically. And I think Liverpool trying to monopolise the name of the club, it's dangerous territory, and we can't really just take it lying down.
Yeah. And independents make better stuff than the club anyway. So
I will wholeheartedly agree with that.
Cooler.
At the end of the day, would you rather have the working class hero shirt that I've got on, or the European champion shirt that Matt's got on from the Anfield Wrap, or would you rather have the bearded one on a t-shirt? Do you know what I mean? It just makes sense, doesn't it?
It is absolutely terrible.
Yeah. So support independence. This is our Independence Day, 14th of September 2019. It was great to see so many people today actually supporting it. It's a shame that there weren't more, to be honest with you. A lot of people, I assume a lot of people, already travelled or something like that, do you know what I mean?
Or didn't know
about it, which is completely fair. But it is important that our voice is heard on this, and we wholeheartedly support it, because we wholeheartedly support independent traders.
Yep.
Thank you very much for listening to this. If you like what you hear, please do follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Spotify, Podbean, iTunes, Podcast Addict, YouTube and WordPress.
Nice, got them all.
Did I? Get in. It used to be Reddit as well, but then we got banned for posting.
We did.
Pricks. Up the Reds, up the 100% Reds at the moment.
100% Reds,
from 5 games.
Reds.
No one can match Liverpool at this point in the season. It's about finding someone who does. And
114-point trajectory Reds.
Yep, that's what we're on. And on Tuesday night, we just start the defence of our crown, because did you know we're European champions?
We are the champions.
We are the champions of Europe. See you after. Have a good week.
Right.